shots. Daniel. That's the second. Daniel. Again, that's his third three-pointer. Troy Daniel. That's a layup for him. Daniel. Number 30. Tap back out. Fresh shot clock. Daniels doesn't use much of it, but who wants to when you can Daniels? Again! Troy Daniels! Hornets down 2. Daniels! Oh! Troy Daniels! How do you do?
Troy Daniels indeed.
I've got a story for you guys when we get on. FYI.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm looking. I don't see the tweet out there though. We are tweetless at the moment. Anybody else see? Did you guys retweet it?
I didn't see the tweet. I didn't see the tweet.
Oh man, you know what? I wonder because Twitter's doing that thing, right?
But that's only for verified accounts. We're not verified.
Vote. You're turned on silent, bro. Is there a reason for that?
Well, it's we're in mid-season form.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I don't understand it. Like there is literally no Periscope stream.
I don't know.
Producer Kale, if you could maybe try to figure out what the H is going on. This is part for the course for Wednesday. Welcome in everybody to the DNVR
or Monday, Tuesday,
the DNBA show, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day it is. I'm your host Adam Mattes. I'm on the bottom. It's weird when the host is in the bottom. It's unsettling. Seated above me, wearing the exact same shirt. It's D-Line Co.
That's right. I was gonna keep a low profile so that maybe it wouldn't be obvious we were wearing the same shirt. But you know what? I'm proud to wear the same shirt as you, Adam, because it means you're copying me.
So yeah, man, I can't figure out what's going on. Somebody says I'm the only person here. I have no idea where the stream is.
This is an exclusive right now. This is an exclusive for the 9 people here.
You know what it is? It's important. That's why you go over to YouTube, right? We've been telling people go on and over. I'm also joined by a man wearing a shirt that says Rudo. It's Vote.
Didn't think about that when I bought the shirt, that I might just accidentally wear a shirt with another man's name on it from time to time. But I guess I'm standing Rudo today.
I like when Vote stands Rudo. We've got one name standing another one name.
I love that. I do love that.
Beautiful.
The man with the wind in his hair, the Peloton Prince. It's Harrison Wind.
What's up, guys? So what I was going to say, that Troy Daniels montage reminded me of this. When the Nuggets signed Troy Daniels, I watched every made 3 that he had this season. I think it was 40-something threes. Watched every single one and wrote an article on it. Might have been the biggest waste of time that I've done this season. Maybe the biggest waste of time this season, honestly.
Did you watch the missed 3 he had in the Nuggets uniform?
Yes, I do remember that one.
So it was funny because today the Nuggets Twitter account put the picture of him shooting that 3, and it was like knockdown shooter, and it's the only 3 he attempted for the Nuggets to hit the side of the backboard. So go figure. So yeah, welcome in everybody. We don't know what's going on with Twitter today. Apparently, Twitter is it's on the fritz. Not our problem. Not our fault. Twitter's fault.
I mean, it's definitely our problem. It's just not our fault.
That's a great point. It is our problem. Nonetheless, though, we're still excited to be here. The title of today's show was taking you inside practice at the Orlando bubble, because every day now the Nuggets have practice and they speak to the media. That's us in these press conferences. Well, not exactly the most fruitful press conference today. In fact, I can't tell you a single thing that happened up there. Harrison, I mean, I don't want to bury the lead here. Was there anything from practice that you could say, ooh, here's a new detail?
Well, not about really like on-court details. I mean, the biggest thing to come from practice was what Jerami Grant had to say, and we can talk about that if we want. But I mean, no, this was not a very eventful practice. I feel like the Nuggets are kind of caught in a holding pattern right now. Like, yes, they have Jokic down there, but still, they don't have a lot of guys. Like, they're just kind of ramping up. I don't think they're doing anything like crazy at practice these days in terms of drills and stuff. So they're in a little bit of a holding pattern, I feel like.
Yeah. The Nuggets did just release a video from their Twitter account of the Jokic-Murray pick and roll. And can I tell you guys something? First of all, it's great to see. It's just every day we get a little more of these little things, and it like makes life feel like normal. But one of the things I really enjoy Ohm, who writes for ESPN, he came to Denver last year to cover the playoffs. He was assigned the Nuggets, so fantastic beat reporter for ESPN. And one of the things I love is it is so clear how much he loves the Nuggets. Like he came here, he spent 2 rounds with them.
He's on the Nuggets beat again right now.
He's on it right now, and he's doing the whole like tweeting things out. And even talking to him last year, you could just, Jokic was doing the whole microphone broken thing. Like he really fell in love with them. This is my opinion. I don't want to put words in Ohm's mouth, but it really seemed like he fell in love with the team, and I thought that was cool.
Well, that's something go ahead, though.
I was just gonna say there was that 4 overtime game too. So I know that series didn't go Portland's way, but both teams really stepped up to the plate and delivered playoff caliber basketball. So if you're there as an NBA media member for that series, you're seeing 2 teams that are definitely worthy of your recognition for sure.
Yeah.
And what I was going to say is this happens whenever somebody comes into town, even if they don't spend like a week covering a playoff series. You have national reporters that come into Denver and they walk out of Pepsi Center saying like, wow, like this team is so fun. Everybody's so nice. These guys have such a good chemistry. It feels like a college team. That's something that a lot of national guys say when they come to Denver for the first time and hang out around this team.
Do you think that's going to sour, like, that idea of like fun college team? Because the flip side of that is they're boring, which is also
slightly. I mean, the peak of that was probably not even this season, but last year. Like last year was the peak of that when the Nuggets were rising. Jokic was, 4th in MVP voting. That was the peak of that kind of discourse. But yeah, it probably fade a little.
I think if there's like a second round exit or something, you know what I mean? Every team loses their steam, even when they're doing things the right way. When we don't see results collectively as a community, we lose our interest.
Yeah. And that's like it's kind of a backhanded compliment, right? When they're like, wow, this team's like interesting. You're like, this is a National Basketball Association team. Like this.
They're like the 5th or 6th best team in the NBA.
They're like, I didn't even know Denver had a team. This is so quaint. I love you guys. It's adorable.
Look, man, this is 100% that ontological thing where it's like they've created the boredom out of them, and now they're like surprised. They didn't pay any attention, so they don't know why they're interested. This was Colin Cowherd a month ago saying the league needs more Lakers, less Nuggets. And it's like, really, more? You need more of that? Like, you need less? Like, there's too much Nuggets? That's the problem with the league right now? But, this is neither here nor there. One of the reasons that we didn't get a lot of details out of today's press conference, one, I think the Nuggets, and I hope, as more players enter the bubble, will start providing more players to the media. I think the NBA set a mandate that there would be 3 different people talking. Well, the Nuggets only have, I think, 9 or 10 guys there, so they're trying to stretch things out a little bit. But today it was Jerami Grant, who, on a normal day, is actually one of the most tight-lipped people on the Nuggets roster. And I'll go ahead and say it. Number 1. I think he's number 1 most like you. Jerami Grant comes to the podium. It's like, I don't know that anything fruitful is going to come out of here. But today, to his credit, he really wanted to deflect every question that came and say, I just want to keep bringing attention to Breonna Taylor and the fact that her killers have not been brought to justice. So I commend him for that. That's how he chooses to do it, and I think it's going to, perhaps have a positive impact. We're talking about it again right now. I think a lot of people will be talking about it, a lot of people tweeting about it. But that being said, he didn't actually say anything about what happened at practice today, and that was our one player to talk to. So that's why today we don't really have any insight.
And one dynamic, please, Wind, please.
I was just gonna say to speak to that. Like Jeremy's the one guy on this team that I feel like we don't really know that well. Like this is his first year in Denver. I feel like we got a pretty good grasp on everybody else, but Jeremy's pretty quiet. He's a great locker room guy. It seems like everybody likes him, but I feel like we don't know a lot about him. But I feel like Jerami has a lot to say. And he was on Chris Haynes' podcast a couple weeks ago talking about the protests. He marched in a bunch of protests back home in Washington, D.C. Last month. I feel like he's got a lot to say. And, for him to kind of stand up there and be the first Nuggets player to take this platform and talk about something that's critical to him and talk about Breonna Taylor, I thought that was pretty notable. So I think there's a lot more to Jerami Grant that we don't know.
Yeah.
When that move was made, a bunch of, mutual follows and friends I have in the Oklahoma City media world reached out and said, you're going to love him. He's a great dude. He's a really thoughtful guy is a word I heard a lot. So not surprising, and perhaps given that he's a new addition to a team with bigger macro, scale fish to fry that's competing for a title. Perhaps he's a tight-lipped guy in general, but maybe his approach in Denver too is a little bit more, hey, I'm just going to stay out of the way.
Yeah, yeah. Can I? My hat's on backwards. Can I make this a conspiracy hat? That I'm putting
go for
on?
it.
So, Andre Iguodala, his time in Denver, he was not very loquacious. He was pretty quiet. He answered questions kind of in the same way. And then because he never really had intentions of staying here, right? Like as soon as he went to Golden State, he became very outspoken and very boisterous. I wonder if there's something with that with Jerami. He's like just kind of like he just feels like he's only here for a little bit, so it's like not really releasing his full personality. I hope that's not true. I mean, I'll turn my cap around. If I need to.
I think that's 100% fair to sort of see those two dots and to draw a dotted line between them. So not saying it's there, but to say, this would make sense. And I do want to separate two things. One, we're talking about the Jerami Grant prior to today. The Jerami Grant today. Today's thing was, he was making a statement today.
Yeah.
But prior to today, you're right. He seems very much of a maybe as I get to know you, I'll open up, or maybe I'm just never going to get to know you, so why open up? I mean, I think that's
what? I don't
that's
like
a
this.
possibility.
I'm turning my hat around.
I think it's about his business. I think it's about his business, and the stuff he's thoughtful about beyond that. We heard it today.
But would you
totally.
Would you have described him in the way that the Oklahoma City Thunder media described him to you, to somebody else before today?
Well, I wouldn't know. I would simply say
that's my point. Like he's reserved, right?
Point, I'm not surprised to hear him open up and as a thoughtful and articulate person. Right? So, you could make that read, but he certainly hasn't given us a taste of that.
Yeah,
prior.
It's just like a lot of times we judge guys because they don't give a great quote in the locker room as oh, this guy's got nothing going on.
Right.
But I mean,
right.
That's obviously
doesn't care about us.
Not the case at all. Yeah, he just wants to keep to himself, go about his day, and he's obviously willing to speak out on issues that he's passionate about.
Hey, a lot of players and teams in the league itself said that they were going to go through with this, but they were going to do their best to continue the conversation, in Malone's words today, and to keep the spotlight where it needs to be.
Correct.
Grant walked that walk today. So
yeah, he did.
Hats off for sure.
Another person that walked the walk, I didn't have this on the docket to talk about, but Drew Holiday donating the entirety of his salary and it was like $5 million. It wasn't a little bit of money. It was a significant amount of money, and I gotta say, the Holidays, incredible people. Tim Conley always has that line. He's a good person, but he's an even better, or a good player, but an even better person.
Yeah,
I think that's never true except for maybe the Holidays, man. I'm just so impressed with them every single time I see them step to the podium, step on the court. Anything they do is just so impressive.
No, for sure. And that's why I've been trying to steer a Holiday to Denver for a while. They're just great people, great players, great people to have part of your organization.
Hey, credit to all these guys who are figuring out a way to do both.
Yeah.
Right? To stay focused on what's important to them, but to not bail on their teammates, their organization, and to stay committed to what they committed to. To walk that walk, the fine line between those two things. Very impressed by the individuals who have stepped up.
Other thing that came out of today, so Michael Malone did talk to the media. He's talked to the media every day, and the only thing I really thought that was fruitful, people have to understand that it's not just the Denver media. Usually when there's Denver media, there's like 8 of us. We kind of all have our rhythm. We know what's going on. In this setting, anybody can hop on the Zoom. Any media person can hop on these Denver Zooms. So you get a lot of just national writers that are talking in a lot of the same questions. And Malone, I think, growing tired of a specific question, which is, Coach, Jokic has lost a lot of weight. Is he going to be able to be the same player now that he's lost like 50 pounds since the quarantine? And Malone very graciously on day one answered that one, saying Jokic, which we've all talked about, Jokic lost most of that weight prior to March 11th and then continued to lose maybe 5 pounds more. Today he was kind of over it. Today I felt like this was the one where he was like, guys, this is the last time I'm going to answer this question. And the funny part is somebody is going to ask it tomorrow.
For sure.
If not tomorrow, the day after. It will not take 2 days for somebody to step in and say, Coach, Jokic lost all this weight. I love it.
The Nuggets are going to have to run a banner like we do under their Zoom that says no more questions about his weight, and then just have transcribed what his answer has been. So he doesn't get any more.
And you know what, guys? I'm with Malone.
Oh, totally.
Of course.
You see those pictures, you talk about it, it's news, it's great. He looked great. He looked great before. Good stuff. I'm ready to rock and roll. I love the way Malone answered the sort of follow-up question is, will he still play well at that weight? Will he dominate at that weight? Yes. Hey,
Yeah.
Jokic is good. You can ask that question however you'd like. That's going to be my answer. To be specific, his quote was, I think he's going to continue playing at a high level. He's the best center in the NBA. Why wouldn't he?
Oh,
With a little bit of flair and oomph.
Oh man, I'm telling you, the next person that asks it, I feel bad for them. It's gonna be it's gonna get ugly.
You think it's gonna be amazing if Malone retires to his room tonight and comes out with a freshly shaven head and we're back.
You think he's
business
back in the
Malone
zone?
is back.
He's back.
It'll be cool though, because Jackie McMullen will ask it, and so he can't get mad.
Oh,
And
you're
he'll
right.
Just wait till I say something. It'll be perfect.
No matter what you ask, he'll be like, "Damn it, Brendan."
Coach, was practice good today? I've had enough of this.
Zoom over.
Zoom over.
Man.
No, it happened though. If you remember last year with Jokic, Jokic was in a slump for the first 10 games of the season. He started to come out of it, and then was definitely out of it by December. And I just remember one time when I guess I won't name who it was, but another prominent national media member asked, "What's wrong with Jokic this year?" And Malone just the F are you guys talking about? Have you not? We're 25-8. What are we talking about right now?
He's like, have you not watched this? They're like,
Nope.
no, we have.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Gotta keep it 100 here. We have not been watching.
So
It's also happened with MPJ too a little bit.
Oh my God! Yes. Oh my.
Just a little bit.
But that wasn't national media. That was local media that had not shown up till December 28th. It was just
To be fair, there was a little bit of yeah, he's going to play tomorrow. 3 weeks later. All right, so I feel obliged to ask again.
anything else from the press conferences? Did we really gnaw all of the meat off of that one?
Yeah, I mean, the ramp that the Nuggets are kind of going down here isn't too long. I mean, they've got their first scrimmage next Wednesday, a week from tonight.
We're going to talk about that.
They've got their first game in a little over 2 weeks, and
Holy cow.
they don't really have a full roster down there yet. So
We are 7 days away from their first scrimmage. 7 days.
Yeah.
You figure 1 or 2 of those days are going to be days off, rest days, right? So I mean, we're right there. We're right there. Things are. It's going to be really interesting, and that's actually a great tease for the other side of this break because we're going to play a game to sort of preview what that scrimmage is going to look like.
You're a lot of things, Adam, but a pro is number one. You're a pro.
Thank you.
Nice segue.
You know what? I
Consummate
appreciate
pro.
that very much.
all right, guys, if you're looking to pick up some brews this week, make it a Breck brew. And Davidson's always has you covered. There it is right there. That beautiful sound. Davidson's always stocked with Breck brew. You can get the 15-can sampler, the Jokic pack from there. You can also get the Mile High City Copper Lager.
Do you think anybody has hit up at Breck and been like, "Hey, where can I
like,
get a
"I'll take
Jokic pack?" And they're like, "What?" The Jokic pack. Somebody do that. Somebody hit them up. Say, "I heard
But
about it
only
on
if you're
DNVR."
from Australia. Really confusing.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Breck brew, I got to know what the Jokic pack means. I got to have that in my my lexicon.
Well, with
right
so many people saying it left and
Yeah,
right.
with so many,
many people are
up
saying
and down
it,
the
yeah.
streets with so many saying it. It's
now.
got
Everybody's talking.
reverberate
Everybody's
into-
talking.
I was very upset you guys weren't more impressed that my cabin on my trip was number 15. I mean, this is I thought that was going to be a
that one
mic
didn't do
drop.
anything for me.
Did you
Yeah.
put that in by request or was that just by accident?
Completely serendipitous.
I gotta
course,
say,
of course.
I gotta say, time has passed. I've had a little time to reflect on it. Still not that impressed.
Yeah, I'd forgotten until you brought it up.
Also, guys, if you're looking to go back to school, maybe you're looking to finish up your undergrad degree, maybe you're looking to go back and
I'm trying to
get
go
a
back.
master's, a second degree,
trying
go
to
to
go
college. Yeah, go to college for the first time. Check out MSU Denver online. You can check out their full class list, their full course list, msudenver.edu/online. I am taking a class right there, and these guys have said it. I'm smarter. Even just a month into this
know.
class, I am visibly smarter. I'm obviously
it's
much smarter than I
Visibly
was.
smarter.
Like, you have
Wow.
to have graduated
Visibly
from college
smarter.
to even see his tweets. Like, a college degree at least.
for such a smart getting smarter genius. That was a really weird sentence you.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Your
Your tweets will get more engagements if you go to MSU Denver online.
Wow. Okay,
Trust
wow.
me. Trust me on that.
That's incredible.
But they have awesome teachers. You can also work ahead in your coursework if you're working a job on the side and have a bit of a hectic schedule. So check out msudenver.edu/online. Their full course list is there.
Awesome. Kale, we actually have 2 games. One I did not prepare you for, and I feel bad because I didn't realize it until just now. So I'm going to go ahead and use the the graphic myself, but we're going to play a quick game of How Old Are They? How old are they? Troy Daniels, big birthday today. We played his intro. You guys know he had those 8 threes a couple years back. 3-point shooter, 3-point specialist allegedly, and I have a feeling he's going to get a lot of run since there's not any other guards in the bubble besides him and Murray. I'll start with you, Vote. How old is Troy Daniels?
28.
Eric?
Troy Daniels is 28.
Eric was definitely zoning out right there.
No, okay. 27. 27.
Troy Daniels is 30.
Troy Daniels is 29. You guys danced around it. Harrison, he's your age. How could you guys...
Harrison went over, though. That's an elimination. Sorry.
Yeah.
When's his birthday?
Today.
Today.
What are you talking about? Jesus.
Were you on the Zoom? That was actually the biggest piece of information that came out of the Zoom.
Oh, sorry, man. My
That was a
brain's
nightmare.
fried, man.
I thought you were smarter.
You
My
hear
brain
that
is
music?
fried. Too
That
much
means-
MSU Denver online, my brain.
This new funky music means it's time to debut. No, not that one, Kale. Not that one. We have a different game to debut.
Thank God, because I lost my notes. So
It's the crystal ball game. Do we have the crystal ball image? There it is. Predict the future. This is where we are going to look towards the future because there's some crazy things coming up here in the next week. We have a lot to get through. So I'm going to ask a question, and you're going to have to look into the crystal ball and tell me what happens. Guys, Harrison, I'm going to start with you. Next Wednesday, there's a scrimmage. Between now and then, how many more Nuggets players are going to arrive in the bubble?
Man. I mean, first off, I have very little that I can base this off of.
Nobody knows this. This is, for example, like there's...
You're predicting.
I don't even
has
think
no
Nuggets
idea what
PR
to
knows
do.
this one.
We're like, when can you speak without using the facts or being practical and intelligent? I don't know.
I
Speak
will
like I do.
say 3.
Oh wow, three new players. So, all right, that's not too bad. Vote.
Does he have to predict who they are?
That's come on, that's like throwing
No, okay,
darts in the
fine.
dark.
Michael Porter Jr., Monte Morris, Gary Harris.
Ah,
It's
sweet.
exactly
That's the 3 I would have
week,
liked. Yeah.
Exactly 1 week.
Yeah. What do you think, Vote?
I would sure hope it's at least 3. Yeah, three's the right number, I think. I know that doesn't help.
I knew it.
What's your
how many are
crystal
there?
ball say?
How many are there currently? I think that they will have a full complement of players.
Oh wow,
Eight
a
full
full
complement.
compliment. Wow.
A full complement.
All right.
Well,
Eric.
everyone is expected to arrive eventually, right?
I'm saying.
Brendan, I'll go to you for the first one on this one. How many fish will Nikola Jokic catch during his stay in the Orlando bubble?
Now, this is a
that's
question.
great question. He got there a little late, so you got to factor that in.
Sure. Behind the
I'll
eight
say
He's
ball.
a couple days behind.
I'll say
4
4.
fish?
4 fish.
Is this one trip or is this multiple trips?
Multiple trips.
Okay. All
So
right.
he takes 3 trips. He gets one day. He offers the next day.
Oh.
He saunters off. He comes. He ambles back the next day.
Sauntering and
And he
ambling.
snakes 3. He snakes
Wow.
3 in pure Jokic fashion.
Wow, that's gonna be great. Eric, what are you feeling
So
here?
I'm sorry. What is the time period over the entirety of
the
his bubble
entirety
stay?
of them being in Orlando.
Man.
4 fish over the entirety of his bubble stay?
Well, you have to figure once they're in the finals, he's probably not going to go fishing.
he's
Yeah, I
gotta
think
play
he is.
basketball and stuff.
I think he's going to be going fishing. I think he will. I think Jokic will catch 78 fish over the time.
I can 100% see Jokic smelling like fish as the game is being played. Just like
Literally.
straight from the boat to the game.
Yo, if I don't get one picture of Jokic making fish stew in his room with a fish that he caught in the Disney harbor, like I'm going to be very upset.
This would be incredible. Harrison, what do you think?
I'll say like 15. I think he'll.
Well, we're really all over the board on this
Yeah.
one.
I think he's gonna frequent the Grandestino Pond. I think he will frequent it.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think he might. I think
Barehanded?
he might.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I
Might
can see
just weed
Jokic.
in there. Just
I can see Jokic emptying the pond of all fish. Like,
Yeah,
he's gonna
I
be
actually
that good at
yeah.
fishing.
I actually wrote about last year how Malone and Jokic went fishing in
That's
Serbia.
right. That's right.
So maybe we could recreate that.
Oh,
if he
I
catches
think
15
I-
or more fish, it counts as another title. Just saying.
That's another. Yes, he's better than MJ.
all right, next one. Eric, you can look into the crystal ball here. How many minutes is Bol Bol going to play next Wednesday in the first exhibition game?
Hold on, let me.
Man,
Really focus here.
I think he's going to play 16 minutes.
Ooh, that's kind of a lot.
It is a lot.
Now, here's the thing. There's only 10 players at the very moment. And Jokic just arrived. Malone said today on the press conference they're going to be very slow about ramping him back in. I think by next Wednesday they'll feel comfortable playing him, but it's an exhibition, so they won't play him 34 minutes. Somebody's going to be playing a lot of minutes, and I have a feeling it's going to be Vonleh and Bol and Tyler Cook and those guys. So 16 minutes, I 100% can see that. Harrison?
Yeah.
I'll go slightly lower. I'll say
48 minutes. Wow.
Such a weirded bunch.
That's a great comment.
Oh man, I'll say 10. I'll say 10.
10
Oh,
minutes.
you and Rayvon together.
I'll
Vote?
say 10.
What's your crystal ball tell you?
I'll split. I'll go. What would that be? 13.
Guys.
I think he plays. There's no way Yoke plays. I don't.
Guys, I think he plays like 26 minutes. There's nobody
Ooh.
here.
No way.
Guy-
He's not
first
going
of-
to play 20.
Jamal
have,
Murray
like,
going to play a
7
ton of
centers.
minutes? It's not even.
Rui
it's not even Rui
Caliente.
Caliente. I love that he put a 4 pepper on there. It's not quite a 5. I'm telling you, there's nobody there to play. They're going to have to play
TNP
somebody.
Bol Bol.
And Malone today did joke. He said, "Look, they put TNP for Bol Bol." There's nobody left. He just goes with 4. At one point. Like,
He's like, you know
Just
what?
out of
Torrey
principle.
Craig,
Yeah, yeah.
He wanted to go small. Torrey Craig played fine.
no, I think especially that first preseason game, and you know what? It's going to be on altitude. We'll probably have it on at the DNVR bar. Just saying. If I have a feeling it's just going to be a throwaway. Let's get Bol out there. I don't imagine anybody's going to be playing hard. Which kind of brings me to another question. Look into the future, Harrison. Tell me, what is the weirdest lineup we are going to see next Wednesday as the Nuggets take on the Wizards?
Well, I mean,
but real
they
quick,
have one point guard at Disney World, I believe. Jamal
point
Murray.
guard, they have 2 guards. They have Jamal Murray and Troy Daniels as guards. Then you get to forwards, Will Barton, Tyler Cook, Jerami Grant, Paul Millsap. And then you have 4 centers, Jokic, Plumlee, Vonleh, and Bol. So 6 of the 10 players that you have there are bigs, back to the basket bigs, or just,
Jesus.
you know. This is ridiculous. So
Jamal
give me a
Murray's gonna
lineup.
Die in that game.
So how about this lineup? Will Barton, Troy Daniels, Jerami Grant, Bol, Mason Plumlee.
I love this lineup. That's a long boy lineup.
Yeah.
Nice spacing with Bol. Jerami Grant can shoot threes. You got Mason Plumlee at the rim. Decent
Yeah.
spacing. Daniels out there.
10 out of 10. I would watch. I'd be very intrigued. Vote.
I don't know. I think we see a lot of Tyler Cook.
I love when Vote doesn't care for the game.
Who is going to lead the Nuggets in minutes? Do we have that one?
Well, hold on a
Is it
second
gonna be
here.
Jamal Murray by accident?
Malone just plays him the whole time. I forgot.
There's no guards.
Well, that's exactly why I think these lineups are going to get even weirder. Daniels and Murray can't play the whole game.
Right.
I think
Composure's not even there.
Composure's not even quite there yet. I think we might see a lineup with Cook at point, Bol at shooting guard, Jerami Grant at 3,
No.
Plumlee and
Stop.
Vonleh at 4, 5. First, what do you mean
Bol
stop?
at the 2?
Guys, there are 2 guards. They're not going to play them 48 minutes. Like at some point, those guys have to come out, and who else are you going to put
God.
So yes, so that's a good point, man. You got 3 guys that you can rotate at the 3 guard positions: Daniels, Murray, and Barton.
in? Yep.
So yeah, there could like Jerami Grant play the 2. One of those big guys might have to slide up to the 2.
Oh my gosh.
I was once told if the Nuggets had a G League team, it would just have been Jared Vanderbilt at the 1 and Bol at the 2 the whole time.
Oh, I would love that.
Which is like the #1 reason I want a G League.
Can we get access to Terrence Ross again? Like since we're
Yeah.
in summer
No.
league anyway, like
Yeah,
can we just like they loan
Terrence
him to
Davis.
us or Terrence Davis? Sorry.
Yeah. So, aren't you kind of interested though to watch this scrimmage? Like, I'm almost in some ways more interested to watch
Adam,
this.
I'm interested
It's
in
a-
everything involving a basketball at this
Yeah,
point.
it's either going to be really interesting or just really bad. So
Yeah.
it's going to be one or the other.
That's
man.
sort of how G League basketball is, though, and Bol made that really entertaining. So,
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
What are the chances that Ryan Bowen puts on a uniform?
High, quite high.
Is
I'm
he
telling
gonna
you,
do
there's no.
another
If
high
you
school
just,
musical
everybody can
parody?
do this experiment. Look at those players I just listed and just try to think of a second unit. Like, Murray is not going to play more than like 28 minutes, so that means there has to be some of these dudes out there, and it's going to be hilarious.
Shanshar comes riding in on a horse halftime.
To rescue them.
All right. Here's a crystal ball one a little further out. You're gonna have to really look deep on this one, Eric. Who will be on the Denver Nuggets roster longer, Bol or Jerami Grant?
Well, should I put my conspiracy hat back on to answer this question?
I didn't like when you did that last time.
I didn't like it either. It really didn't. It didn't feel good. I gotta think it's going to be. I hope it's Jerami Grant.
Really?
I do. I mean, Bol is like tantalizing, and there's like so much. Like I feel like there's so much interesting about him, but Jerami Grant feels like a starter. Like he's part of the starting unit. Like he's who you want to build. I mean, you can like really build around him at the 4. He really complements Jokic and does a lot of things that he's not able to do. So I hope it's Jerami Grant. I love Bol. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah. What do you think, Harrison?
Man, that is tough. That is tough. I hope it's Bol because I just think what Bol, I mean, this sounds ridiculous to say, but I think what Bol can give you if he gets on the court, if he can start playing, is like more, it's harder to find. It's more exclusive than what Jerami Grant can give you. Even though Jerami Grant is a really rangy defender, those guys don't grow on trees, and he can shoot threes. Bol's skill set is more rare and tougher to find. That being said, I hope it's Bol, but I'd probably say Jerami Grant.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's got to. This is a right or wrong. I mean, I've been right about all of my predictions so far.
Yeah.
So it's not what I want. It's just what I think's going to happen.
What do you think, Vote?
Probably Grant.
I'm going Bol.
Oh.
I'm all in on Bol. You guys don't know this, but I'm bought
Yeah,
in.
we know that, Adam.
Maybe it's the layoff. Maybe it's
Typically,
whatever.
when you say you guys don't know this,
Three
it's the
peppers,
only
not
thing
even that
you've
hot.
said for
Kale,
7 days.
go ahead and throw on the Bol video that we have here because I want you guys to see the future. We'll talk about a crystal ball. Here is a real crystal ball for all of us to see. I am looking at a 7'3" guy and a 7-footer just draining threes. Look at this.
Do you worry about the very obvious concerns about Bol's longevity as far as his body construction is concerned?
I don't worry, man.
Play
Play it again. We got to go through. You can't just
Worries
play that
for
one time. I want to
suckers.
see. Look at how little Jokic looks.
Yeah.
Doesn't he kind of look short?
Like a
This
little
video
baby.
is-
This is like when Yao Ming stands next to Shaq, you know?
I know it's just a video of open threes, but this is like an 11 out of 10 on the height meter.
Wait,
I mean,
are we able to pause this video?
Ooh, I do not like how they're practicing on the Miami Heat court. Don't like that one bit.
Yeah,
push
what the
play.
heck?
Push play on that one more time.
you
I just
got
want you to
Kroenke
notice
was like, yeah, we'll
the
fly
actual
down.
like normal sized human in the background that looks like it looks like the smallest little
Yeah,
person,
Tim
like a
Conley's
little
like,
child.
6 feet. Yeah,
Not
they
even
look
Tim, whoever's talking to Tim Connolly.
That guy is really small. Who
yeah,
is
Eric,
that?
now imagine what it's like for me to enter an NBA locker room. It's like a deleted scene from Jurassic Park. I'm like, what the
Guys, I'm serious. I'm with Bol. I'm with it with Bol. And here's the thing, and we can go to break because this is me just getting a little bit, maybe a little too crazy here.
Oh
but
boy.
I've always talked about it. Always sounds crazy until you actually try it. But could you play Grant, Bol, and Jokic all together? Could you get away with that? And then do we even get even crazier? Could you play Michael Porter Jr. with all those guys? We talked about the long boys. At a certain
composure
point,
at
if
the
you
one?
have skill at all of those levels, if you have a skill, it's not about can you guard the other team. It's who the hell is going to guard Michael Porter Jr. 6'11" at this 2 position. He's going to get open shots every time down court.
Yeah.
It might be crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I would have answered both because like Grant and Bol are both guys, and both their skill sets like is what you want in the league going forward. So I mean, hopefully
Long
they
boys
can
till
keep
I
both.
die.
I kind of want to interrupt this read to share the weirdest. So someone just tagged us in this tweet. I don't know. McDonald's is doing a shoe with Lillard and Harden. I just want to say I didn't think we'd ever be tagged with Jay Leno and Damian Lillard. I don't know what that's about.
Wow. Well,
I just thought it was funny.
We're on the
very
come
funny.
up. We're on the come up. All right, guys. Strava Craft Coffee. You can get it for 20% off when you use the code DNVR20 on StravaCraftCoffee.com. Of course, Strava Craft Coffee is packed with CBD. It can help alleviate a lot of things. If you're feeling stressed right now, if you got back pain, neck pain, arthritis, IBS, CBD has been known to help cure all of those ailments. So hit up StravaCraftCoffee.com. Start your day off with a nice cup of Strava Craft coffee. You can get it for 20% off with the code DNVR20.
This is an elite Jay Leno joke. I'm sorry. That's so good.
That's class. That's
dude, our
great. That's
commenters
great.
are awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, shout out to the commenters. Shout out to you guys.
Especially
Except
the
for when you
YouTube
guys cheat
commenters.
during the trivia game, in which case you can go right to hell, you commenters.
Yeah. all the YouTube commenters got that exclusive insight over the first couple minutes before we tweeted.
Yeah,
it.
Look,
right.
somebody
Of us
threw this out before I even
scrambling.
said it. They're with it. Look at this. Jamal, MPJ, Grant, Bull, Jokic. I'm telling you.
I do like MPJ at the 2, for the record. Like, I feel like you could play him at the 2.
Why not?
Yeah.
I get it. Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Also, can you feel it, guys? The excitement and anticipation has been growing for weeks, and the time is almost here. Baseball is coming back next week.
I can feel
Next
it.
week, we've been getting teased with all this Rockies content from our Rockies guys, Drew Kreisman and Patrick Lyons. But next week, we actually get baseball, and there is no better place to get in on the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. And DraftKings is offering an awesome promotion for the beginning of the baseball season. DraftKings Sportsbook is celebrating the new season with this special promotion before the season starts. Place a bet of at least $25 on who will be crowned the champion, and they'll give you a $25 free bet to use on opening day. So put 25 on the Rockies to win it all, and then put another 25 on the Rockies to win it all.
Yo,
It was acknowledged. Are
It
you
was
acknowledged?
acknowledged. It
It
was
was. I mean, we were.
It's
we're all
acknowledged that Adam is copying me. You should
five,
take.
Eric. High
Yeah.
five. Right here. Boom.
You should take every Nolan Arenado prop that's available. Like that dude is raking right now. He is smashing the ball. Like he came ready to play. Like there's a prop where you can bet whether or not he'll win the NL home run title. Take that. Take
that one. All right.
Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank.
I think
make
this
sure
weekend
to,
I'm going to sit down and make a bunch of future bets. Can't
Oh,
wait.
totally.
It's fun. It's fun. Make sure to download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DNVR when you sign up. For a limited time, all new users can get a sign-up bonus up to $1,000. That's code DNVR to get your sign-up bonus up to $1,000 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado-only bonus is comprised of a first deposit bonus and a first bet match, each up to $500. Deposit bonus requires a 25 times playthrough. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
How do these reads ever go sub 60 seconds? How
I
do
don't
you do
know.
that?
I don't know.
You're just like, oh, hey, use DraftKings.
Kale, throw up my main man Connor here with the comment. I'm telling you, this is. You think I haven't thought about this when we talk about the long boys? We love Murray. I'm not trying to
boy.
ship him out or whatever. But if you got Simmons, MPJ, Grant, Bull, Jokic, the longest boys of all time. There's no
true.
team in either the history or the future of basketball that will ever be longer than that team, and they would win at least 7 championships.
I just
Wow,
want to
7.
acknowledge these comments really quick. It looks like no steps tonight, but hey, we see you. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the
Welcome
fam.
to the family.
Get in
Jeff
tomorrow.
Lee, how about
Get in
tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Have
You see
steps.
that they're putting Simmons at the 4 so far in the.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is the most underrated player in the NBA right now. I think it's hilarious because his flaw is so obvious. It's not like
Yeah.
a hidden, subtle flaw. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
he can't shoot threes. But you know what he can do? Guard every single player in the NBA at a very high level. Pass, run the fast break. He's incredible, man. He's absolutely incredible. Somebody else. It was our man Darwin here. Just wanted to make sure, and you're right. I meant to throw this one out there, but yeah, Doug Malone. What happened here, Vote? I need
Yeah,
to do
well, let's get the rundown. Yeah.
So you know what's funny, man? I was really, really nervous about making sure that everyone was enjoying the show, and I was talking to them, and I've never played and talked before, and I spaced out for 5 minutes, and it was like a 23-0 run from Portland.
Oh,
from Portland.
I was scoreless with Jokic for the first 7 real life minutes.
Oh my God.
I was sweating. I was nervous. I texted
Well,
my
to be
girlfriend
fair-
and
to be
said,
fair
"Just
to
plug
Vote,
the
it's
Wi-Fi router." Just
to be fair to Vote, it is an early season Nuggets game, so Jokic should
yeah, no, that's what I
did
said.
he not
was
shoot anything?
November shake. Yeah, but
November shake.
we'll get there. Stick with us.
Did Nurkic? How did he do? Was Nurkic playing? Did
Dude,
he
he
dominate?
destroyed us.
You son of a bee.
All right, you know, let's
You
move
son
on.
of a bee.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna move on to another segment that. Oh, what do you know? It has the exact same theme music.
Oh wow.
I can't believe Kale messed up which graphic before.
Yeah,
Price.
yeah, how could you not catch the cue?
not
The
know?
music. It's The Price is Right, and you know what? Vote. That was your picture there on the banner. So why don't you take us on a little tour here?
All right, cool. Well, I'm really excited for this one because the first name on my list is a full name that I just learned for the first time. Guys, did you know that Fred Van Vliet's full name is Frederick Edmund Van Vliet? That's
You told-
awesome.
Great
you,
name.
yeah, you told me that when we were talking before the show started, and it bumped me for a good 10 minutes.
It's
that he
wild.
sounds like Dutch royalty.
Dutch
Oh no, I was
royalty.
gonna say he sounds like he'd be like a great rhino hunter, like 150 years
Yeah,
ago.
he'd have
you know?
one of those those tan hats and like a big handlebar mustache and a big like
big
blunderbuss.
musket. Yeah.
But listen, guys, in the real world, he's an NBA basketball player. And I looked up how much money he's making this season for the 2019-2020 season. I think it's time to play the Price is Right. So I'm going to go around the horn here. Eric, I'm going to go to you.
So I'm
How
guessing
much did the Raptors pay Frederick Edwin Van Fleet this season?
for his services this year. I believe that he is criminally underpaid, if I remember correctly. I think he probably is making $4 million this year.
That's way too high.
Oh, I thought it was low. I was gonna go 6
Oh,
million.
really?
Yeah, I don't know what his
Adam,
contract
well,
is.
this is shipping up to be a great segment. Adam,
6
Oh,
million.
man.
6 million.
Yeah.
Win?
He's really good, man. Like, he was the reason the Raptors
Yeah,
won last year.
he's incredible.
He really was.
FVV.
I know, but I'm wondering if he's still on his rookie undrafted deal.
Got to
No
put it on
way.
wax.
He came into the league. Remember that team with him and Baker? That was like a decade ago.
I'll go 4.5 million.
Okay, see, now you guys have went so low. I'm going to double check this. But I've got 9,300,000.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, man. Eric is the one that threw me off. That sounds like a good deal. He's great. He's a really good player.
He's
Why would you let
probably-
No,
me
it
throw you
is.
off?
I just thought
Best backup in the
I thought he
league.
signed like a really cheap extension or something after his like rookie year.
Yeah, I
Well,
thought the whole
that's-
talk during the playoffs last year was like how little he was making for the impact that he was providing.
But then he signed a 2-year, $18 million at the start of 2018.
Great detail.
218, yeah.
Hey, let's move
Let's
on.
get past that. Let's go.
Let's go
move
from a
on.
man with a beautiful name to a man with a beautiful face. Ricky Rubio from the Phoenix Suns.
Oh,
Hey, Eric, how much did the Suns pay Ricky Rubio for his services this season?
for his basketball or for his good looks?
The basketball.
Okay, for basketball. For his basketball, he made $15 million.
I'm gonna go.
Adam
I'm gonna go
Wise.
$12 million.
I'll go 13.
Eric wins.
Yeah.
17 mil, 800K for Ricky Rubio.
Yes.
Steep
I like
price for a true point
Rubio.
guard.
I like Rubio. Ben Simmons is like Rubio, but one of the most impressive specimens in the NBA.
But then also like Giannis. So it's
yeah,
like,
and also like Giannis. Yeah.
yeah, so Rubio, really good player, helped the Suns a lot, helped Devin Booker a lot to have a traditional point guard by his side, but that's
Yeah.
a lot of money for
Yeah.
Rubio. How about a favorite in Denver Nugget land, guys? He's now a member of the Miami Heat, previously a member of them Portland Trailblazers. Myers Leonard, Eric, how much?
Oh my God.
How much
Oh,
are they
perfect
paying Myers
photo.
Leonard?
Perfect photo.
Perfect photo for blessed forever.
Wow.
No kidding though, because I looked at his spot check. What's he making, Eric?
So, based on the fact that he's been blessed forever, I would guess that he is making $20 million.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that got paid like a silly amount of money. Funny story about him. One time he took an Instagram photo giving a homeless man $100, and he was like smiling at his own camera. It's like, dude, you can't make
man.
content out of paying homeless people. It's really weird.
No, you can't make content out
Well,
of
I
it.
can. Yeah, Myers
He's
Leonard
blessed
can.
forever.
I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go absurd because I think it is absurd. I'm gonna go $23 million.
Yeah, he was in the 2016 free agent class, I think. I will go 17 mil.
You're all too high, but he's still overpaid. 11 mil.
No, it's
wow,
not.
That's
we're
actually not that bad.
way
Yeah,
over.
it is overpaid though for a veteran.
It was a 4-year, $42 million deal that Portland
He's
Myers
yeah. He's one of my least favorite players in the NBA. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
he
terrible.
might. I just don't think he's good.
Except
yeah,
for
like-
Game 7 of the
It also
damn
bums
Western
me.
Conference.
Because if you're going to be built like a retired U.S. battleship, at least be good at basketball. Like, that's killing.
That it's so true. Honestly, like if you just one time I photoshopped Jokic's head on his body, like, or whatever. People like it's the truth. Jokic is so supremely skilled. Myers Leonard has the perfect body given his size. This should prove how much more important skill is than like athleticism.
There it is. That's
Well,
definitive. It's not-
That's like
definitive.
in the NFL, Brady Quinn was like a Grecian god
yeah, yeah.
at quarterback, and he just like flamed out, sucked everywhere
Yeah.
he played.
some people know him as Iggy. Eric calls him the Mole.
Yep.
Andre Iguodala. Eric, how much he making this season?
I know this one.
So, wow, I wonder when he signed this deal. Think about this. Andre Iguodala, probably paid as a good role player, right? At this point in his career, I would guess he's making $17 million.
Good guess. I'm going to go $15.5 million.
Win.
I was gonna go 15.
Guys, Eric's on fire. It's 17 mil, 100K.
Can you guys believe I got all of my future predictions right, and I've won 2 of these?
This man is on fire.
Andre signed a 3-year, $48 million contract with the Golden State Warriors at the start of the 2017-2018 season.
He got paid all of that money this year to not play. I mean, honestly, he did it right. I hate it. I think it's annoying. I
think he swindled the Heat for an extension on that sign-in trade. That was a masterclass swindle from Andre Iguodala.
First team off.
Yeah,
I don't know how much more he has left. To be quite honest.
Does MSU Denver should have him as a professor on the master class on how to swindle NBA teams.
Hey, let's move along. I gotta just cross my fingers and hope that Harrison Wind hasn't Googled this recently.
Oh boy,
Eric, how much is Joe Harris making?
Ooh, Joe Harris feels
He's criminally underpaid, whatever it is.
That's whatever the number. It's too low. I believe Joe Harris is criminally underpaid. I believe that he's been played like a role player because he is. I believe he is making $11 million.
I think $7 million. I think it's
say
low.
8.
So it's Wind by a hair. It's 7 mil and 600K.
Close.
I knew you'd get that one, Wind.
Keep it on the show.
price is not right.
It's actually appropriate that Harrison.
Yeah,
got
I would
that
be
one.
disappointed if I did not get that one.
It's a sad day where Myers Leonard makes $4 million more than Joe.
Oh my god.
Which turns out is every day.
Let's go to everyone's least favorite basketball player, Patrick
That's
Beverley.
my favorite. Love him.
Oh,
Eric, how much does Patrick Beverley make this season?
So he makes enough to have brought a brand new white shirt for every single day that he's going to be in the bubble. So that adds up. So he probably is making $18 million.
I think he's making $11 million.
I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna go $6 million.
Oh,
$14 million.
That's me, I think.
yeah. Who was that before you celebrate? What did you say, Adam?
I said 11.
I went over. This is Pricer. I went over.
Oh yeah, you went over. There you go.
That's okay.
Did you guys know that Gorgie Jang is on the Grizzlies?
He doesn't even know. Look at that face.
Yeah. How much is he making this season?
I think it's $10 million.
Eric?
Gorgie Jang. Again, this is an NBA basketball player. He's making. Gorgie Jang is making $7 million.
I will go with $12 million.
Myers?
I said 11.
Guys, Gorgie Jang's making $16 million.
Oh my god. That might be the worst one we've had so far.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty rough.
That's pretty bad.
All right, we got two more. We'll
Okay.
finish
Oh
this
my
strong.
God.
This is fun. Is it Eric Weedham? Is that next?
Yeah. How
Too
much
low,
is he
whatever it is.
All right, you guys are gonna have fun with this one, I think. Another Portland just egregious decision.
There are a lot of them.
All these guys are Portland.
So Hassan White's on their payroll.
oh my god.
How
Number
much
one
do they owe
least
him
favorite
this-
player in the NBA.
How much he making this season, Eric?
Oh my god. So I know that you reported this, that you were adding him to the list with pure disgust. So that tells me it's way too high. I believe he is making $19 million.
I think it's $22 million. I think it's really high. I think Whiteside's the weirdest one.
I think it's $25 million.
Oh wow.
It's Wind, and even he's short.
Oh no.
He's making $27 million.
What?
Which,
27?
the joke's on the rest of us. That
It
dude
is
goes
so
out there,
true,
plays
man.
for 5 minutes, picks up 3 fouls. I was like, all right, I'll take that to the bank.
Oh my god.
$27 million?
For Hassan Whiteside.
$7
Wow.
million.
That's not like a career cumulative total.
You could get 3 1/3 Joe Harris's for that.
It's an outrage. And the Nuggets should look into that. I don't know where modern science is at with cloning Joe Harris.
$27 million.
I'm on it.
I'm shook.
All right, last one, guys. Dennis Schroeder. How much he making? Oklahoma City Thunder.
I actually have no I don't know. I feel like
No
I haven't
clue,
heard
right? I
about
didn't
his
know.
salary.
Yeah.
Again, he possesses, as I've mentioned, my least favorite hairstyle in the NBA.
The Clint Capella,
the slap of bleach on the front, which I believe is European. I don't care for it. He makes $9 million a year.
I love it.
I'm gonna go with $1.
Yep, that's
I'm
not
gonna
right.
go with 17 million.
It's wind again. 15 million.
Oh man, I
came
still
out
think the Whiteside's the worst one.
I
That's
gotta
the worst
say,
contract in the world.
that whole exercise made me feel a lot better about the Mason Plumlee deals. You know?
I like Mason Plumlee. I'm a fan. I'm a Mason Plumlee fan.
Good basketball player. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss him if he's not around next year. I kind of hope he is on I don't know. Maybe I don't mean that. I don't know. Anyway, guys, this was good. This was fun. Thin news day. We expected a little bit more news, but we still hung out, had some fun, played some new games, debuted some stuff. Wind, any last words?
Any last words? No. Was I supposed to have something?
Nope. I just don't. I also don't have last words, so I'm hoping somebody has.
You
some last
usually
words.
you do the sign off when you host. You've never thrown it to anybody for any last words.
Eric,
ever.
any last words?
Guys, I do have a few last words I'd like to say. Myers Leonard makes too much money. Hassan Whiteside makes way too much money. Both of those players went through the Portland Trailblazers system. We need to abolish the Portland Trailblazers. They're no good for the league, and I want them out.
Yeah, I've got a final word. The Bull hype train has left the station. You're on or you're off. I know. I'm on.
Dude, are you kidding me? Who's driving it? Am I driving it?
I know
The conductor of the Bull
think
train?
so.
Or am I just the loudest?
This show is driving it. This show is driving it.
We
I
are
gotta say,
fans.
Win was on the Bull beat for like the first half of the season. But-
Guy, it sounds like I need to repurpose my MPJ hype train graphic from last year.
Oh, I think you need to. I think it's time.
Okay.
I do also like that
Dismantle
Harrison
the
calls him
truth.
Bulbul. Like he has like a weird way of saying, which I think is great.
Defund the Portland Trailblazers.
All right, well, I would say abolish. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends about it, hit the share button, hit the comment button,
Hit all
a bunch of
just
buttons.
hit all the
Just
buttons
hit
except
all
for the
buttons.
thumbs down.
Just go crazy. We're gonna be back again tomorrow, hopefully with some more news. Hopefully some new players in the bubble. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
So terrible.